Welcome back to the channel. In today's episode, we feature two games in League One, which could cement our place in the top two as we go forward looking for automatic promotion yet again. Hello, it's a very warm welcome to episode number 87 of From the Bottom to the Top, as we try and take a National League South side, in this case Weymouth, from the bottom all the way up to the top. And this is our journey. My name's Mark, and on today's episode we have for you two games as mentioned in the preamble. Match day 11 and match day 12. It's still early in the season, and I know I've mentioned about cementing ourselves in the automatic promotion places, but we are doing probably a little bit better than I expected, and let's hope we don't slip up along the way, because that would be a complete disaster. And we don't want to do that. We do have some news for you going on, transfer news at that, and I know we're in October. Where are we? 14th of October. It's a bit early for the transfer window, but there is stuff going on. We'll come to that in just a moment or three. But before that, we have the first round of the FA Cup and a draw for it, and I'm going to hand you to Past Mark, who's going to do that draw for you. Well, thank you to Future Mark, and yes, here is the draw for the Emirates FA Cup. 89 teams in the draw for this one, and we'll get underway straight away. List of all the teams, we won't go into those right now, we'll just get on with the draw. And Peterborough are first out. We're quite happy to give them a miss. As it stands, we've played them, as it turns out, in the EFL Trophy and lost to them, and we've got a game coming up against them in the league, so we don't want them in the FA Cup, and we haven't got them in the FA Cup. Bath City have got them in the FA Cup. Bromley will play Warrington. That looks like an all National League affair. Oh, it's National League versus National League North. Cheltenham will play Eastbourne Borough. Ipswich Town will play Fleetwood. Torquay will play Forest Green. Ebbsfleet or Eastleigh will play Borehamwood or Maidstone United. That a real undecided tie at the moment. Harrogate Town will play Shrewsbury. That looks like an, if my memory serves me right, a League 2 versus a League 1 match. Bolton of the Championship? No, the Championship aren't in this. Are they League 2 at the moment? Versus Burton Albion of League 1. Notts County will play Wycombe. Barrow will play Salford. Newport County will play AFC Wimbledon. Derby County will play Darlington or Morecambe. Sheffield Wednesday will play Tamworth. Reading will play Wealdstone or Carshalton. Bradford City, another one of our foes. Kings Lynn Town or Guiseley. Worthing. Dagenham and Redbridge. Worthing playing Dagenham and Redbridge. Yeovil Town will play Rochdale. Another National League tie. Walsall will play Tranmere. Crawley Town will play Mansfield. And we're out. We are at home in the first round of the FA Cup. Who will we play? We will be playing Chesterfield, also of League 1. It's an all League 1 tie that we've got. We will go to the end and draw the rest. Last one out, Wigan versus Stockport. I will scroll down in case you spot your side in amongst this lot. Blackpool and York. Bristol Rovers playing Cambridge United, Doncaster, Grimsby, Leyton Orient versus Rotherham, Stevenage versus League One leaders Oxford United in that tie. Stevenage, I think, in League Two. Yeah, League Two. That's the draw for the Emirates FA Cup first round. We have a draw at home to Chesterfield. I'll hand you to future Mark, to have a look at the schedule. Over to you, Mark. Well, big thank you to past Mark for that draw for the FA Cup first round, and Chesterfield are our opponents in that first round. We will be featuring them in a future episode. It's coming up, I think, with the Stockport. We're going to have back-to-back episodes. There is a reason for me doing this. Despite playing teams in the mix, I am on holiday and I do need to get this stuff recorded before we go away. So unfortunately, you're going to get back-to-back episodes just for a little bit, just to pick up so that I've got time to record, edit and get them out for you, just to keep the content coming. And hopefully by the time we come back on holiday, we will have some idea of what's going on with FM25 as well. Hopefully there'll be a bit of news about that. But for the moment, while I record this, there is no news. Today, of course, Exeter City and Wycombe, as I said, Chesterfield and Stockport. So we will have Birmingham and Derby County in between, back-to-back episodes. And then I think we're going to go down, depending on how we do in the first round of the FA Cup, where the second round comes somewhere in November, I think. And also we'll be featuring the last group match in the EFL Trophy, because we need to win it in order to even remotely have a chance of progressing. Not that it's a major incident if we don't progress, but it would be nice to progress in that competition. I'd just like to progress in all competitions, if at all possible. How did we do in the FA Cup last year? Do we know? Current season, last season, first round, we lost 2-0 to Harrogate Town. There you go. That's answered that question. So there we go. Yeah, at the end of October for the game against Chesterfield. Right. Transfer news I mentioned. Let's have a quick look at the transfer. Nothing in the transfer history, I can tell you that for now. Nobody in, nobody out as it stands, but there are two irons in the fire, so to speak. We have managed to get somebody to make us an offer for Cam Cooper. If you remember, the issue was that somewhere or other in his last negotiation for contract, we got in that he would match the highest earner. And then when we brought somebody in and paid him £5,000 a week, his wages went up to 5,000 as well. The best bit is he's not playing because he's not really up to it. So we had a little bit of a problem because it was squashing our wage budget somewhat. So Cam Cooper, we've been trying to ship him out, tried to ship him out in the transfer window, couldn't. But we have eventually managed to get an offer in for him. I'm not quite sure. Next available, which suggests that he won't go until January. They have a deadline. We'll go through on the 1st of January. 2029. I'm thinking, whoa, that's a long way away, but it's not. Yeah, he'll be around with us for a little bit longer, but I'm presuming that the wages will flex. I think they already possibly have, will flex to reflect that if necessary. The other issue that we've got at the moment is the manager where Jordan Byron comes from. Here he is, right at not quite at the top of the pile. Jordan Byron. He's on loan from Huddersfield, and manager at Huddersfield, who I've completely slipped my mind who he is. It will tell me here somewhere. Will it not? It's Danny Cowley. He's complaining because we're not playing him in the position that we said that we would play him in. I mean, he's playing in midfield, for goodness sake, and he's doing rather well there. But just in case they put a recall on him, it's possible. We do save £1,300 if he does go, though. So we have put in a bid for Harley O'Grady-Macken, who's been with us for some time on trial, but we are going to take him in, and we have made him an offer. We're waiting for him to come back and say yay or nay to that one. We'll see what happens with regards to that particular transfer. We have played one game since you were last with us. Last time out, of course, a 1-1 draw against Sheffield Wednesday. Kept our unbeaten run going in League One, but we lost 3-1 to Peterborough United in the EFL Trophy Southern Section, Group E, of course, which was rather annoying. But we have played one game, a game against Rotherham, and, well, we should have won this by wider margins. Again, look at the amount of shots we had. 22 shots, peppered them. 8 of which were on target, 3.29, so 3 was probably about right on the old XG. They scored 2 goals and shouldn't have scored them according to this, maybe 1, but not 2. So they were reasonably lucky, I would say. We had 70% virtually of the possession as well. So rather annoying that it ended up the scoreline that it did. But having said that, we did win, added another 3 points to the board. It was Jefferson that got us underway on 7 minutes. It was a penalty, and we'll have a quick look at how the penalty came about. Olsen passes it to Darcy. Darcy loses the ball, and he's brought down, and it's a bit of a strange one, that. But I don't think it was too innocuous. And as a consequence of that, the penalty was taken by Daniel Jefferson. Jefferson setting up, almost down the middle. Phillips in the Rotherham goal, going the wrong way though, and it's 1-0 at this juncture in time. And it was 28 minutes, and John Jules hit an equaliser. Throw in from Dixon, Hoyland. Dixon crosses it. John Jules heads it against the post and caught the inside of it and beat Virginia in the goal. Made it 1-1 at this point in time. But just 8 minutes later, Will Armitage, and I'm guessing this is from a corner because he scores from corners, scored our second. Johnson swings it in, and it is Armitage getting up above the defenders and putting it in the back of the net. 2-1 then, and right on the stroke of half time, we made it 3-1 and looked comfortable. Darcy out wide. And Darcy holds the ball up, pulls it back for Lopenda, puts it on the D for Byron. Byron hitting it first time and puts it past Phillips. 3-1 then at half time. And we looked like we were coasting. Not such a good second half, but Keel Higgins, who had come on as substitute, got one back to make it 3-2 to give us squeaky bum time for the last 15 minutes or so. Ball out, and Lopenda not quite getting there. Norcombe was brought down by Guy. If we actually go back a little bit, if I can rewind, we'll go back because I'm not sure if you saw that or not. So Norcombe comes away with the ball, and then Guy brings him down. Referee didn't wave play on. He does there. And Higgins plays thing. I'm not sure what would have happened had they not scored, but he didn't do anything. And I don't think, from memory, I don't think that Guy or G picked up a yellow card for that. So I think he got away with it on the basis that they scored a goal. So that's fine. 3-2 win then. Keeps our momentum. I think we got 9 games in the league. Having been unbeaten. We have dropped down to second. We were up to first, I think, at the end of the last episode. Dropped down to second, not because we've lost, but because Oxford United actually won by more goals than us. And as a consequence of that, I think they had a game in hand, and they've played their game in hand as well, which they've also won, which puts them 3 points in front of us now. They've won 9, drawn 1 of their games, that game against Walsall. So they are going very well. Only 2 goals scored against them in 10 games. They are being very, very good at the back, defence, better than anybody else in the league. So that's where they are, top of the table. They are the team to beat. And obviously we will be coming back for the game when we play them a little bit later on in the series. Keep a lookout for that one. So table looks like this. They are top 28. We are second on 25. 2 points clear of Notts County in third. 3 points clear of Walsall in fourth. Birmingham then were 5 points clear. Birmingham, Charlton and Salford. Salford just outside the playoff places on goal difference. And then comes Sheffield Wednesday, who are 8th on 18 points. And then it drops away down below the 3 teams in the drop zone as it is at the moment. Wycombe Wanderers, our second opponents of today's episode, on 8 points in 21st. Ipswich, Shrewsbury and Chesterfield all on 7 points in that drop zone as it stands at the moment. But I would suggest that possibly anybody up to, again, still Derby down, are in trouble if they start to go on a bit of a bad run. They could get sucked into that bottom bit very, very quickly. Right, that's brought you all up to date. So we're ticking on time-wise, but we will get on with it now. We're going to play Exeter City in this one. We have played them once before, a friendly, in fact, back in 2027. We beat them 5-3 on that occasion. James Jones getting a brace. Luca Fletcher getting a brace. Charlie Olsen also gets in one. They had Hackett, who has scored a brace, and Andy Ryan getting the other one, making it 5-3. An entertaining game for the supporters, if nothing else. They are without Darbetti, who's got a broken foot, and Ollie Cole, who's out with torn thigh muscle. We're missing Wakachu, and I didn't tell you that bit, did I? I think Wakachu picked up an injury in the game against, I think we did, in the game against Peterborough, and it's got pulled knee ligaments. He's going to be out for a little while. Harley O'Grady Macken, of course, not yet signed, so he won't be playing today. And Luke Campbell is still doubtful following his dislocated shoulder. Let's have a look at the team then that faces Exeter. And here is the team that faces Exeter City in this League One match day 11. Virginia is in goal. Armitage, Olsen and G are our defensive line. Linton and Johnson as the complete wing-backs. Byron and Lorpenda between them. Patterson and Darcy are the wide players behind Jefferson, who's still in for the injured Wakachu, of course. Hollingshead, Ransom, Prescott, Whittingham, Angamang, Nzingo and Lucas Fletcher make up the bench. The 2 matches here at the Bob Lucus, and we're obviously looking to get results today. David Horseman brings his Exeter City side 4-4-2 they are playing today, and we've always struggled against a 4-4-2, which is really annoying. They are 12th on 13 points. We are 2nd on 25. Exeter playing in all white today. 1 minute in, 1.5 minutes in, and we have a highlight. G with a free kick, and it's come back to G. Olsen goes all the way back to Virginia. G looking for a way through. Byron, and it's flicked on. Patterson, it's gone in off the post. Third goal, he's offside. I don't think he was. I really don't think he was. Darcy, and he's back, and he's given it away to Harris. Oh, G heads that on. Darcy back down to Johnson. Johnson finds Darcy. Darcy out wide. Darcy pulls it back to Lopenda. Back into Darcy. Darcy puts it away. That's not offside, ref. Stick that in your pipe. Goodness me, I don't think the last one was offside either. I'm very, very doubtful of that. I would like to have a look at it again. But Darcy, pulling that back to Lopenda, back to Darcy. Darcy goes on his own. Near post, puts it away. Free kick far out. Darcy with the free kick. It's headed in. Johnson! That's onside as well. Second goal of the season for Carl Johnson. He was in a perfect place, and we take a 2-goal lead on 26 minutes. Darcy headed down by Jefferson, and Johnson he didn't really connect with it particularly well. Question whether he was offside. I do think he... Ooh, there's the line. He was onside. as I think Patterson was for the goal that was disallowed. Should be 3-0. They have a corner. Cox swung in. It's headed away. Atkins gets to it, and they're going to recycle. Give him too much room to run, and oh dear. Just need to cut him out, and it's easy peasy. Atkins runs at us. We need to block it. Look at all the defenders here. What are they doing? We need one out here. Who should be out there? Johnson should be out there. Byron's not a defender. Johnson should be out there. Yay. And Armitage really should be watching Harris. Easy peasy. .41 on the clock. Linton with a throw in on that far side. Byron back to Linton. It's bobbling around. Lependa never seems to want to attack. G does. Oh, he's come back off the post. Goodness me. We have a corner. Linton with the corner. Swung in. Back post. Who was trying to get there? Didn't get there. It was Olsen trying to get there, and it's gone away. Patterson picks it up. He's going to recycle. Olsen out to Johnson. Johnson, run at them, Johnson. And cross it in. G now is going to get caught. Don't get caught. Through to Patterson. Patterson puts it away. And it's his third goal of the season. And we take a 3-1 lead. Goodness me, after hitting the post and all sorts in that particular run. G created the space. I thought he was going to give it away for a minute. Nice through ball to Patterson. Patterson hits it first time. Isted is on his bum. Question whether he was offside again. No, he's onside. It's been played on by this player here, Ambrose. No more highlights in that first half. We've had 9 shots, 6 of them on target. 1.86, 52% of the possession. They've had 2 shots, both of them on target. Scored with one of them, 48% of the possession. So we have a lead at half time, but I don't think they're going to be a pushover, Exeter. So some more goals would be nice. And with 69 minutes very nearly on the clock, we're making one change. Josiah Linton, he's come off, and we have replaced him with Matt Whittingham. And with 80 minutes on the clock, making another 2 changes. In fact, Daniel Jefferson has come off. Luca Fletcher comes on to replace him. Jefferson picking up a yellow card. We've also taken off Jordan Byron in midfield and brought on Tyrell Agumang. And with nearly 86 minutes on the clock, making our final 2 changes, Tom Orlopenda, who's had a good game. He's come off. Harry Ransom takes over for him. And the other change that we have made is we've taken off Ronan Darcy and Glory Nzingo comes on. 6 minutes added on. Johnson with a corner. It's just gone wide. It's all over. We have a 3-1 win. Daniel Jefferson picking up a player of the match. 3 key passes, 2 clear-cut chances and an assist. He didn't score. That's about the only thing he didn't do. 7.8 for him, and he's had a good day at the office. 14 shots, 7 on target, 50%. I'm happy. 2.08. So we exceeded the XG, 51% of the possession. Exeter City having 4 shots, 2 on target, 1.01 on the XG. I don't think... I think it was 2 and 2 at half time, wasn't it? So they've had 2 shots, but not on target in the second half. We've kept them at bay. We've added another 3 points. And with a full round of games played, we are still in second place, but we are now right behind Oxford United, who are on 28 points. They must have lost today. They have played. Where are they? Where are they? They did lose to Derby County by 2-1 at home as well. So their first loss of the season. We close the gap on them and just literally separated by 1 goal. And if that goal that had been disallowed had gone in, we'd have been on equal goal difference with them as well. So that's how it is at the top in the automatic promotion places. That's what I'm trying to say. Notts County are third on 26 points, 2 points behind the pair of us. Notts County beating Birmingham by 2-0. Salford move up into fourth. They have, what have they done today? They've beaten Peterborough by 3-0. They are on 23 points, 5 points behind us. Walsall are dropped down to fifth. They lost 2-1 to Wycombe today. And Charlton are in sixth. Charlton a 1-1 draw with Reading. Birmingham just outside the playoff places. In fact, they've dropped out of the playoff places. They are on 20 points, as are Stockport County. Birmingham losing, as we've already mentioned. And Stockport County, where are they? Stockport County beating Ipswich by 2-0. So a good result for them. So that's the top of the table. Down the bottom, there are 4 teams now on 10 points. And may I suggest it's Derby seem to have pulled themselves clear, that about 5 points clear now. I would suggest it's Exeter City down. Exeter City, Wigan, Mansfield, Carlisle, Leyton Orient, Wycombe, Rotherham, Lincoln, Burton Albion, Shrewsbury, all in the mix down there. Ipswich Town now on the bottom with 7 points. Chesterfield move up to 23rd on 8. They drew 1-1 with Burton Albion today. Shrewsbury, Burton, Lincoln and Rotherham all on 10 points in the mix there, all separated just by goal difference. And then, of course, all on 11, Wycombe and Leyton Orient. And then come Mansfield and Carlisle above them, as I said, Wigan and Exeter also in the mix down the bottom there. It's a right old battle to find a bit of form to get you out of that little bit of quagmire for sure. 4 days down to the game against Wycombe, our second game of the episode. It's a midweek match, and we'll be back just ahead of that with any news and any of the outgoings and incomings as well. And we are pretty much at match day, but there have been games on Tuesday in League One as well, and the scores go like this. Shrewsbury beating Burton Albion 4-1. Birmingham beating Carlisle 3-0. Exeter City beating Notts County 4-2. Salford City beating Derby County 2-1. Walsall losing to Sheffield Wednesday 3-1, and Wigan drawing with Mansfield 1-1. Only one home win in all those games, which is a little bit of a worry because we are at home for this one, which leaves the table looking like this. Salford have played 2 more games than us at the top and are still 2 points adrift. Notts County are in fourth. They've played a game more, and then come Birmingham. So realistically, Oxford and ourselves could open up a little bit of a gap here. Oxford United at home to Rotherham. We are at home to Wycombe. We could open up a gap at the top. If we both win today, we'll be on 31 points. There'll be a good 5-point gap between us and, well, Salford played a game more. So really Notts County in the mix there. So 5-point gap. It will be quite good to have that little bit of a gap, if I say so myself. A couple of things have happened since you were last with us. We can tell you that Cam Cooper, that's who I was thinking of. Cam Cooper, he's turned down the move to Forest Green. Really annoying, which means that we're not going to gain his 5,000 wages. Need to look at other ways, and it might be we've just got to hang on to him till the transfer window and see if we can offload him then, and just keep our fingers crossed that he will move on. Best bit was they offered him 5,000 in wages, which is what he's getting here, and he obviously, for whatever reason, turned it down, which is really bad news. But if we go into this one and look at the transfer news, we can tell you that Harley O'Grady-Mackin has joined us. He's joined us until where is he? Until the end of next season? No, until the end of this season. So he's just literally in for the rest of this season. It's a short-term thing for the moment. Hopefully we can extend it if he does okay. But he was originally at Blackburn, made 6 appearances there, didn't score any goals. And then Sheffield Wednesday, Carlisle and Exeter, all before that, made 59 league appearances, scoring 5 goals in total. In that time, will play in defensive midfield. His average rating is quite good while he's been on trial. So that's good news. He's in, and we need to sign him up, get him sorted and ready, and see if he's in today's match day squad. We'll find out in just a short while from now. Wycombe Wanderers are our opponents. They have a full team to choose from. Wakachuk is doubtful with pull knee ligaments. No sign of him coming back at the minute. We have played them 3 times in this series. League 2 last season, a 2-1 win at their place, a 2-1 win at our place, and a 2-1 win again at the Bob Lucas in the EFL Trophy Southern Section second round. Darcy and Peters on that occasion. Stevens getting sent off. Rory Stewart, the consolation goal, and Will Armitage, 2 goals in the match at Bob Lucas last season. Collier getting them the lead after 22, but Armitage, and I'm presuming quite possibly both of those from corners. So let's go and have a look at the side then. We'll face them today. And this is the team that faces Wycombe Wanderers in this Sky Bet League 1 match day 12. It's pretty much, well, not pretty much, it is an unchanged side from the side that beat Exeter City by 3-1. Virginia in goal. Armitage, Olsen and G making up the defensive line. Linton and Johnson, the wide players. I'm not quite sure why we keep playing Linton. Maybe we should give Canlish a run out. What do you think? Linton, 44. Yeah, I think Canlish should get in there. So Canlish and Johnson as the complete wing backs then. Byron and Lependa between them. Patterson and Darcy are the 2 attacking midfields. I think we probably need another player on this left side come the winter break. Linton is he's falling away there. And Jefferson is continues in attack up front. Hollingshead, Ransom, Linton, Angermang. O'Grady Macken is on the bench. He's not 100% fit, but might get a little bit of game time. He potentially could make his debut today. And Zingo and Fletcher make up the rest of the bench. And here we are, midweek game at the Bob Lucas. Our formation continues. We've not decided to change it yet. Not got into panic mode. Wycombe playing a 4-2-3-1. Machino is the manager at Wycombe Wanderers. Wycombe 19th on 11 points. We are 2nd on 28. The first highlight comes half an hour in, and it's swung in. G heading it on, but again, not convincingly cleared it. And that's the story of our season. It's blocked this time and cleared. Thank goodness for that. Jefferson out wide. Oh, he's given the ball away. But it presumably came to nothing. This a good chance for Wycombe Wanderers. Swung in and it's blocked. I'm not sure who blocked it, whether it was Armitage or Olsen, but either one of those two, doesn't matter. And Canlish just kicking it as far as he could upfield. No more highlights in that first half, and we grew into that half because we were struggling at one point. They had 2 shots, nothing on target. We've had 4 shots, 2 on target, 0.39 against their 0.46, and pretty even Stevens on possession. This could be a single goal game. Throwing 48 minutes on the clock. They made 2 changes at half time. Lependa back to Virginia. Virginia finds Armitage. G comes forward, but he's lost that ball. Byron gets the boot in and stops the attack straight away. Canlish now loses the ball. Goodness me. Ness. Bokai goes out wide, but it's headed forward. G equal to it. G. Lependa. Darcy. Darcy, one over the top, looking for Patterson. Patterson puts it away. And we take the lead. 4th goal of the season for Patterson. And on 50 minutes, it's 1-0. It's taken a long time to come. And I thought a couple of times there we lost the ball. But luckily we won it back. And it was a lovely through ball from G. Patterson calmly took it. 3 defenders and the goalie there. Put it away. Candlish on that far side. 54 minutes on. Throw in. Armitage. Olsen. G. Johnson. Johnson flicks one over for Darcy. Darcy just needs to cross this in now. But he's run out of ways. Low! What's going on? I was half expecting that to go in and it didn't. 55. Johnson with a throw in. Darcy back to Johnson. Lependa into Darcy. Darcy has a go. And it's gone for a corner. Goalkeeper making the save. I wanted to see the replay of the attempt before. That was really quite something. Why it didn't happen. Candlish. This one's in. It's cleared. Darcy's there, but it's headed well clear. I'm not sure if this is the first one. No, it isn't. This is the Darcy one. And it's blocked by the goalkeeper. 62 on the clock. G with a free kick. Johnson through to Darcy. Darcy. That sort of diverted a little bit, but Byron picks it up. Olsen. And we get a chance to play again. Backheeled to Armitage. Fancy stuff. Out to Johnson. Johnson, just cross it in, boy. Oh, what's he done? He's just given it away. It's not difficult, is it really? Olsen comes out and tidies up. Olsen. Oh, Lopenda caught in the tackle. You can't afford those. Oh, dear. G comes back and sorts that one out, though, to Virginia. G, don't make any silly mistakes here. G comes out of defence. He's got Byron there. Byron through to Patterson. It's out wide to Candlish. Candlish has been quite good on that wing. That one through to Jefferson. Jefferson puts it away. Doubles our lead. 3rd goal of the season. And, well, it's been coming. We've hit the woodwork. The goalkeeper's saved it. And all sorts. And Candlish, I think, is doing a better job than Linton out there. Sort of deflected into Jefferson. Jefferson, though, brought it down nicely on his left foot, puts it away. And with 87 minutes on the clock, making one change for the moment, we have brought on Harley Grady Macken to make his debut for a tiring Tom Lorpender, who's had a good game, but he is tiring out there. So we've given O'Grady Macken the opportunity to make his debut as we settle down and hopefully can see this game through. And with 85 minutes on the clock, we're making 3 more changes. Ronan Darcy, who's had a good day, he's come off. It's impressive when our 2 wide players play really, really well, and they both played very well today. Ronan Darcy off, and then Zingo on for him. Patterson is off. Linton comes on for him, and we have the final change. Daniel Jefferson, he's come off. He's tiring. He's had a good day. Luca Fletcher gets a run out up front. No more highlights, and it's all over. It is a 2-0 win against Wycombe Wanderers. Once we got past them, it was good. I mean, they had 2 shots, nothing on target at half-time, as I remember, and it stayed like that, and we wrestled it back from them. We had 17 shots. We didn't really have that many more on target in the second half, but we had the shots. 7 of them more on target, 2.29, 6 off target, 52% of the possession. It's another 3 points, and we pretty much controlled that match. Player of the match for Kevin Candlish, and I was sort of like, as you know, at the start, whether to bring him on or not, and I think he's proved himself. Got the opportunity, he's taken it, and he's really given us the win, I think, in a way. 4 key passes, 3 clear-cut chances created, and an assist. It's a good day for Kevin Candlish. And here's a roundup of the games played on Wednesday evening. Stockport and Charlton playing out a 2-2 draw, as have Chesterfield and Ipswich Town. Reading have beaten Leyton Orient by 2-0. Lincoln 2, Peterborough 2. Oxford United leaders. They have scored a 2-0 win over Rotherham, and we have beaten Wycombe Wanderers by 2-0. Keep our good run against Wycombe going, and for the first time we've not conceded against them as well, which is also good news, which, as prophesied at the start, pardon me, means that we are all equal at the top of the table here. They are just in front of us on goal difference. So we are 5 points, as I prophesied, clear, and Salford have played a game more than everybody else, so need to take that a little bit of pinch of salt. But Notts County are also on 26 points, and they are in 4th place, 5 points clear of them as it stands at the moment. We are 8 points clear of Birmingham in 5th, and Charlton in 9 points clear of Charlton in 6th. Walsall, just outside the playoff places, also on 22 on goal difference. Then comes Sheffield Wednesday and Stockport County, both on 21. At the other end of the table, Rotherham, Burton Albion, Chesterfield and Ipswich in that drop zone. Ipswich on 8 points, Chesterfield 9, Burton 10, Rotherham 10. And then, as I said, a number of teams just outside that, and I think Mansfield, Shrewsbury, Carlisle, Lincoln, Leyton Orient and Wycombe all in the mix there. Derby possibly just starting to pull away a little bit now. So who knows? They might just be getting themselves clear. Talking about Derby County, we will face them in the next episode. We've had 2 home matches this episode, 2 away matches next time. It's going to be a toughie. Birmingham first up. They are currently in 5th place in those playoff places. So we go to St Andrews for that game. And then we have a match against Derby County, who are currently 13th in the table. Of course, we only just managed to get past them in the Caribou Cup first round on penalties. So that's got a possible draw all over it. So we'll see how we get on. Nothing happening in between. We're going to come back very quickly, as I explained earlier in the episode, because I am technically, while you're watching this, I'm on holiday, and I need to get these recorded up. So that's why we're having, and then we'll have a little bit of a gap between, of course, not missing Peterborough and Oxford United at the end of November. We'll make sure we don't miss those games. Well, I hope you've enjoyed today's episode. If you have, you can leave me that big thumbs up. You can subscribe. You can hit the notification button. Keeps you up to date with everything that's going on with From the Bottom to the Top and our other series, Going Dutch. If you're not watching it, go and have a look at it. It's quite exciting. And it lets you know when they are released. New episodes of Bottom to the Top released every Tuesday and Friday at 4:15 p.m. The best way of keeping up to date what's happening on the channel is to follow me on X at JustOffside2. Thank you for watching. Hope to see you for the next episode. It's going to be episode 88. It's out on Tuesday. Till then, have yourselves a great weekend, and we'll see you next week. Bye-bye.